Well, John, it's finally here, that time of retirement for you. You know, the time that you get cataract surgery, heart bypass, physical therapy, all the fun things you'll look forward to. But then there's cruises also. But I am reminded of Ralph Orduño when he retired. He took Cindy and I out to lunch, and he said, you know, I'm really going to miss the NPUC. The people, the place to work, I'm really going to miss it. And I said I would think about a month later, he stopped by my office and he said, Judy, remember when I told you how much I was going to miss the NPUC and all the people there? And I said, yes, I do remember that. And then he leaned down and said quietly to me, 3 days, you're over it. So you can count on that, I think, from experience. Well, when John asked me to write a poem for him, he probably approached me a couple of years ago. And I said, well, when the time comes, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Well, a few months ago, he called me and said, I'd still like for you to write that poem. Could you do that for me? And I said, well, it's been a long time since I've written poems. I don't know if I can still do that, but why don't you send me a list of the things you do there and what you'd like put in the poem, and I'll see if I can do it. Well, he sent me the list, and to my surprise, it was only about that long. And I thought, well, that's going to be easy. I can write a poem real easy in 2 minutes and have it all done. So, John, here's the poem from you to the employees. And the title of this is Don't Leave the Light On. When you think about it long and hard, I didn't do that much. So I expect you won't even notice when I leave this place in a rush. I only opened the gate each day and keyed the needed locks and changed the light bulbs now and then and mowed the grass a lot. I watered the plants, carried the mail, and emptied all the trash more often than you might expect. Was I ever given cash? You'd think for what I did while here that now and then I'd get a tip. But I don't recollect that's going to happen, but I do get a lot of lip. I delivered freight more times than you'll know, and I washed the mower and street. I pulled more weeds than I care to remember, and I raked so many leaves. I trimmed the shrubs and bugged the boss, my favorite thing to do. I straightened chairs and tables and cleaned the carpet too. I picked up walnuts, stained the trim, and painted the ceiling and walls. I caulked the windows, set the clock on the gate, and I picked up the lost golf balls. I fertilized the turf, watered the lawn, and edged the walk when needed. I cut the grass, reset the AC. When the lawn looked bad, I'd reseed it. I'd set up tables for potlucks and meetings and raise the flags each day. And if a service tech was needed, I'd call them right away. I'd open the door and adjust the closer and vacuum many a mess. I'd reset breakers, tease my assistant, well, maybe more than less. I love turning in my time and mileage. It helped use up my spare time. However, right now I'm badly needed in the Social Security line. So when I leave this delightful place where I've spent much cherished time, I ask you, don't leave the light on for me. I promise I'll be doing just fine. At the end of the road, we'll all meet again. It'll be like seeing best friends. For heaven awaits us, that great promised land, where we'll praise our dear Savior. Amen. John, God bless you on your retirement.
John, I don't think we should let you go. Who's going to stop by my office in the morning to harass me? You are out mowing and you give me a call and you know that I'd love to be out there with you in the sunshine, and I'm stuck in my office. There's times I call you because I'm freezing. I call you to tell you that my vent is blowing cold air on me and that I have icicles on my nose, and all you do is laugh and tell me to put a coat on. But I know that you're going to go and turn the heat up for me anyway. John, we're going to miss you. Thank you so much for being a friend and for everything that you've done. And just know that a part of you will live on here forever.
Well, John, as you begin your new retirement adventure, I want to wish you well and wish you the best on that. Probably the thing that stands out the most is the opportunities that I've had to help you and the others set up the Christmas decorations and take them down each year. It has been a fun opportunity to get out of the office. Sure, it's raining and muddy and wintry out there, but it's a good change of pace. You've always made a somewhat crummy job an enjoyable job that I look forward to from year to year. So with that, I wish you the best and take care.
Hey John, you know I must really love you to be here getting videotaped in this condition on my due date, but I just want to let you know, word of wisdom, the older you get, the rounder you get. One thing I really appreciate about you is your cool Fonzie style as you walk. Sometimes I look to see if there's a little comb back there. Anyway, I know you're going to love retirement and your grandbabies. Take care, and we're going to miss you.
When I think of John, I think of when I see him constantly riding out there on the lawnmower and bouncing up and down on that big high chair of his and mowing the lawn constantly out everywhere, out my window. I'd look out, and that was so much fun to watch John. And I always thought of John in a way that was jealous, thinking, I wish I was out there doing that instead of sitting in my office and handling clients and doing some other stuff. I appreciated John also because not only was he willing to do almost anything and everything, but he was also willing to set boundaries in terms of what his responsibilities were from time to time, and I thought that was useful. But I also appreciated when I'd get there early in the mornings, occasionally when I get there early in the mornings, he would come by with his pictures of his granddaughters, his grandbaby. And that was so much fun to see him so excited, especially as he was building this crib for his granddaughter and his daughter. So I thought that was really cool. But John was always responsible. He was always here on time. He was just a good friend. His sense of humor, everything about John. It's just always been a pleasure to work with John. And I can honestly say, from my perspective, the whole office can say that about John. I don't know of anybody that doesn't like John. John is a super guy, and he's a tremendous fellow church member, he and his wife, and I wish them all the best in their retirement. They certainly deserve it. So John, 2 thumbs up, man. Go all the way. We love you.
Hold it, John, wait, I have mail, don't leave yet. Wow, John is always so patient with us. Oh yes. And when I'm speeding down the highway doing 90 miles an hour, John's right there to call me and tell me to slow down. Of course, using the authority of a police officer, making me think I'm going to pay a big fine or go to jail. But there's no slowing John down when he's out flying around the lawns taking, oh, but that's part of his job, he tells me. Oh yes, dear John, I don't know what we're going to do without you. We really love you and we're going to miss you. But I wish you the very best while you're in Denver with those great grandkids, and we wish you health and wealth always.
John Wolfswinkle. When I first came to MPUC, John was one of the first persons that I met. He treated me like I was one of the family from day one, and I appreciated his friendship throughout the years, his encouragement. I remember after I had the surgery on my leg, he encouraged me, he made me laugh. I was excited when he had his first grandchild, almost as excited as he was. And I'm really going to miss him. John, you're a wonderful man, wonderful grandfather, wonderful husband, and a good friend. So I hope we can stay in touch.
John, just want to wish you all the best as you head towards Colorado, Denver, or in that area anyway. We're trying to figure out what the big attraction is, but I guess we've seen some pictures of it. And we just want you to know that we will miss you around here. And I'll miss the laughter and the candor and just your good spirit around here and all the things that you do for us. And thanks for a lot of good years of service, 40 years of good service, I think it is. And we just want you to know we appreciated you and we'll miss you.
Oh, I already miss John, just thinking about him leaving very soon. He has lugged many a box up here to education for me and has lugged a whole bunch more to the post office. Does any department have more mail? John has kept our grounds looking beautiful in all sorts of inclement weather, and he keeps our office building maintained, making this a welcoming place to work. Remember our first year here and the temperature problems? Well, John did his best to cool it down or warm it up, depending on everyone's individual thermostats. What a proud grandpa John is, and I'm thrilled he can move closer to those precious grandchildren. Hal will miss his humor, his laugh, his help, his kidding, his pictures of grandchildren, but we know he has family here, so we trust he'll be back to see us. May God's best blessings be with John as he tries to retire, though we know he won't stop working, and with all his family always. We're going to miss you, John. All the best, and if Gary were still here, he'd be talking just like I am, but he's winging his way to Russia, and he's sorry he's going to miss the big event. God bless.
Well, John, this is your day, and I'll tell you, you are really going to be missed. The thing I appreciated about you the most was no matter what you were asked to do, you got on it and did it with a smile. But the thing that will stick in my mind is seeing you dangling from those tines on that fork above our Christmas manger scene and being stuck in the mud back there. I don't think I'll ever forget that. Again, you're going to be greatly missed, and I appreciate everything you did for us here.
What am I going to miss about John Wolfswinkle? Well, can't really think of anything. No, I'm kidding. I will miss you, John. Always a good guy, always good for a laugh, trying to embarrass me as much as possible. But you're always a good guy to have around, help out where we need to help out, carry my boxes. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We will miss you a lot, but we're very happy about you, that you're moving on and you're excited about where you're going. So good luck.
Hi, John. Thank you for all of your hard work and can-do attitude. We are all going to miss you around here, but we hope that your retirement is all that you dream it to be.
Hi, John. Thank you and appreciate everything you do for me in the office. Thank you for being a co-worker and a friend. Wishing you the best always wherever you go, and I certainly miss you.
Well, where do I begin? This is my Dear John letter. Dear John, we're going to miss you, and I'll try and keep it light. We don't want to cry here, but you're an awesome person. Sometimes you'd walk down the hall and cheer me up just as there was a big deadline coming on or something, and you're always positive, always happy. And I know you're not exactly retiring. You're going to be working in a second career. We wish you well. And you know, Colorado is kind of close by, so you can always come by and fix stuff on our to-do list when you come through. We wish you well. God bless you and your wife.
I'll miss your professionalism, your ability to do nearly anything, and your willingness to help. At the same time, ready to draw the line in the sand where it needs to be drawn. Sometimes I think I should apply for your job. The grass doesn't care if the internet is down, and doesn't care if it can't get email. Doesn't care about being able to log in, or if a hard drive has crashed. And it doesn't even care if a computer has gotten a virus. Maybe I should apply. John, you've given me a new perspective on how to enjoy and excel at work, while still looking forward to retirement.
Hey, John. There's so much that comes to mind when I hear your name and I see you. I admire very much the way that you are and the way that you handle any kind of situation. You remind me a lot of my father. You're someone that I can look up to. And just like my father, you're so resourceful and there isn't anything that you can't fix. You're such a hard worker. Thanks for always having a smile on your face and always telling me your jokes and always being in your sarcastic way. It definitely lightens up my day. You'll be greatly missed, and I'm not sure what we're gonna do without you, but I know that you don't have to worry about that. I know that the time has finally arrived, and I wanna wish you all the best, and I pray that you will be continually blessed. You're the best, and it's been my pleasure to work with someone as awesome as you.
The gizmo isn't working. I think I smell some smoke. The thingamabob is missing. The doohickey got broke. The paper towel dispenser refuses to dispense. The reefer's cold condenser conveys intransigence. The boxes just delivered will tax my brawn and might, but John can manage deftly, much to my delight. The grasses need a trimming. The weeds need pulling too. A light blinks in staccato. Another honeydew. The deadline is approaching and we must beat the clock. The mail goes to the P.O. It's after 4 o'clock. The bats and balls and coolers bound for the picnic site. And don't forget the bases. Dear John, our office night. An era now is ending and time is marching on. He's headed for Colorado. John Wolfswinkle is gone.
Almost every week for the past 4.5 years, as long as I've worked here, you have come into my office asking for money. And almost every week I've given you money, except for remember that one summer when gas prices were really high and we had to set up a special petty cash account for you or you would have bankrupted our regular petty cash. Well, I've gotten used to that and I'm really going to miss that. I'm so happy for you that you are moving to Colorado. It storms with thunder and lightning and then the sun comes out. And it quietly and gently snows, making a beautiful winter landscape. Then the sun comes out. It can have blinding blizzards, and then the sun comes out. In fact, the sun comes out over 300 days a year. I love Colorado and miss it. It can be 25 degrees outside with the sun shining, and you can wear short sleeves as long as the wind isn't blowing. The only thing it doesn't have is the ocean, so maybe that will draw you back here to visit us. You are really going to be missed, and especially your humor and your delightful smile.